Everybody, I want y'all to watch this video because a lot of information is coming out. And this is also the reason they hate you. They know without you, they wouldn't even have had a civilization. Because we actually tried to help these people. And we failed because we tried to help them. But they still hate you because they're jealous, because they could have never done it on their own. Without you, they would cease to exist. And the amount of people which we are doing now decide to say, we're done, like we already have. We're no longer worried about y'all, like we already have. We got to worry about self as a collective. We forget about all you and outs, all you and all you. And of course, we got to kill all your daddies, which is the devils. And we got to forget about all your outside nations and not worry about y'all. Because we realize that there's no way y'all could ever do what we was trying to teach y'all to do. Y'all can't do it. Y'all don't have it in you. It's not part of your nature. So, to my people, watch this video, and outside nations, watch this. You can learn something. Maybe this will you understand why we say the things we say. It will humble yourself so that you will see that y'all really messed up with us big time, and there really is no coming back with us. We just don't want to be bothered anymore. We've had enough.
Teach us the history of Egypt. After you have shackled and enslaved a people, branded, castrated, lynched, burned, and tortured them, you called them 3/5 of a man, subspecies, an ape, a monkey, and a general inferior creation. How can we then admit that they are our teachers and the ones who gave us civilization? How can we admit that we descended from Greece and from Rome, and that Greece and Rome stole everything they knew from Egypt? How to admit that? There's no room in a white supremacist psyche for black contributions to civilization or world progress. This reaches too far into the consciousness of the so-called objective white scholars of academia and their black-skinned counterparts. This is like asking a Nazi to accept the Jewish origins of Nazism and of Hitler, if that were the case. They couldn't accept it if it were true any more than the white supremacists can accept the African origins of civilization, the African origins of Christianity, the African origins of science, the African origins of everything. Philosophy originated in Egypt. Math originated in Egypt. Theology originated in Egypt. Philosophy originated in Egypt. Letters originated in Egypt. Everything started there. They were as ancient to the Romans as the Romans now are to us. And that's what we don't really understand. Why they won't teach us the history.
You heard what she said? They are as ancient to the Romans as the Romans are ancient to them currently. We were the first scientists. We were the first teachers, astrologists, geologists. We mapped the earth and the stars. We did this, people. And Egypt wasn't just in Africa. Egypt was a global civilization. Global. And this is what they hate.
And in Egypt, where all most of the stuff was, it was a global civilization at one point, but most of the stuff was they found this in the museum is actually in America and the Grand Canyon. Because the ill Egypt, when the first Egypt that we first made, and the first old land, the original land, which you call America today, parts of it, a good amount of it, is Egypt. And a good amount of it is what you would call Israel. So we didn't even call it that name, because that's a fake name.
Because it fucks with their fragility. They're suffering from cognitive dissonance. This lie is so embedded inside of their bone marrow, it's going to take UVA, UVB, and UVC radiation along with rare iron oxide dust and these CMEs coronal mass ejection, ionized particles, to get the lie directly out of them. And this is what's happening right now. These people do not have a biological identification to the planet, nor do they know where they came from. And I want to give a much appreciation and value and shout out to this brother who's.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of your white people that you don't understand are actually Palladians. A lot of your white people are Palladians, and they hate you. You got some folks who think they mean us good. Don't none of these things mean us any good. They all hate you. They don't belong here. Their bodies cannot last in this district. They will deteriorate. They will cease to exist. They're not normal. They are a space traveling disease that leeches off of life because they have no life themselves and they're not connected to the life force. Facts.
Screen recorded this video and shared this video because I'm screen recording the video that he recorded and he's on it. So I want to give a much appreciation and value to you. I don't do any of these videos for Instagram. Don't give me any money. YouTube, none of my social media platforms. I do this to learn and unlearn. I do this for the undeniable truth. I don't do this to be right. I do this to be righteous. And righteous is universal law. That's fair and equal to and balanced for all life. Not just one individual life or individual.
And of course, y'all know I share this information. And I have went over stuff like this before, how Egypt was not slaves in Egypt, and Egypt was black at first until they came over, the white ones, and destroyed the black Egyptians, and those white ones tried to take us out. Okay, but it's plain and simple, but everything's meant to be shared. Anything I give you is meant to be shared. Any studies we have gone over meant to be shared. Any lies meant to be shared. Anything anybody has on that is worth hearing is meant to be shared. That's why it's put out. And that's why I always say we should not get mad if somebody uses our material, because in the beginning it really was not your material. It's a source of material. Help you remember stuff you forgot so that others can hear it, remember it too. If you don't put it out, and you're not allowing others to remember anything.
Species. Everything has been ripped away from you, and we are being poisoned. This is why I say people that don't study biology, chemistry, neurology, physics, genetics, why would you waste your time with them? There's no need to. They can never meat eaters cannot outthink sun eaters, and I'm talking about their creators. I'm talking about their creators that's linked to Rothschild and that fake royal family and that moon. Meat eaters can't outthink sun eaters. Artificially put together by different animals that don't naturally reproduce with one another. So how did they get that genetic makeup? How did they get that genetic, how did they get that, these different animals' genetic information as their blueprint? How did that happen? There is no scientific explanation for how so-called humans went from haploids to a single chromosome to replicating their chromosome. There is no to diploids, haploids to diploids. That's virtually impossible. There is no scientific explanation. It doesn't show it in nature. It doesn't show it in physics. It doesn't show it at all. Everything happens on a micro, happens on a macro. This is why there is no explanation for it. Because all life must follow the laws of physics. That's universal law. You can't skip that. You must follow that. And because I stick to DNA, I stick to genetics, which is the core to resolve all issues on this planet, no matter what species you are. And this is the one thing that they keep so-called black people from. We use this meat suit 100% of the time, and we know less than 1% about this organism. We only know about 2 organisms, our heart, and we don't even know about our heart through love. And we know about our phallus through sexual abuse and trauma and the continuation of that. Other than that, we don't know how neither one of them operate at all. And the same thing goes vice versa for the XX. She doesn't even know. Now, this is how sad we have failed as a species, that we used to talk telepathically to one another. We used to surf and navigate the stars without a boat or airplane. Teleport. Using frequency, waves, sound waves to move and build and cut megalithic structures and sacred geometry. This is what we did. And you want to fall in love with the word love and everything that comes with it, which is chaos, destruction, and death for our species, but life for all other species, instead of looking at truth. Because when you deal with truth, everything else, love, admiration, respect, value, you understand, all of this comes with truth. But with love, it's all kinds of chaos. And every time one of them get on and admit the truth about their existence and their destruction of us, they get hated on. People don't like it. And more importantly, I'm starting to believe our people are completely in fear of themselves. That's how far we have failed. That's how much fear that they have. They are in fear of reality and truth. And genetics, DNA, goes directly to the core. They can't deny this, who we truly are. Only you can cut yourself off from the sun and the cosmos. Only you can cut yourself off from you by accepting this world. Abundance and gratitude to you all.